Welcome to Gaia's Love, a podcast of brief messages to help humanity bridge the gap to the new earth. My name is Vivienne Gerard. It is my delight to be a scribe for consciousness today, sharing the wisdom that flows through from Source. Here we go. Episode 21. Isn't that amazing? 21. They say you can change your habits in 21 days if you just make a consistent practice. And I am feeling that it is so easy to create these podcasts and share them and tune into the vibration. And it's just getting easier and easier. So I thank you for walking alongside me, and I trust that this process is also serving you, and perhaps you are creating some new habits of your own as we reach episode 21, 3 weeks. Oh, this morning was gorgeous in Cincinnati. It's the middle of July, and the last few days, weeks have been sticky hot. You go outside and it's that kind of mugginess that you have a hard time really breathing deeply. It's been in the 90s. For some reason, this morning I went outside to walk Star, and it was fresh, crisp air. It was amazing. So my run was really easy. There was just this breeze, and the sky is bright blue today. I mean, just gorgeous blue. Everything just seems like it's in Technicolor and fresh. Everything just feels fresh outside. So I arrive in this space with such gratitude for our planet, such reverent love for the beauty of Gaia. It's astonishing. Like, time and again, I look at the beauty around me when I'm outside. I'm like, wow, how is it possible that all of this is physical, that it's visible to us, we can touch, we can feel, we can smell? Like, what a gift. What a gift it is to be alive on this planet. And so when I was tuning into what we talk about today, the phrase that I kept hearing was listening to Gaia. Listening to Gaia. So part of that comes from a dream that I had, I guess, early this morning. It was pretty close to when I woke up because I remember a lot of the details. I had a farm, some sort of a farm, and I was growing all these different vegetables and fruits, and I had grapes, lots of grapes, and they were all ready to be harvested. And one of my friends was over, and she was telling me that the grapes had a mildew or a mold on them, and so they weren't edible. And this was actually a conversation I just had 2 nights ago with one of my friends about some of the produce that she's growing. So I'm sure it came from that. But in the dream, I was told that the grapes weren't good and that everyone's grapes were not working this year and the crops were bad. And I was walking through my garden, my farm, with my friend, and I was like, but mine are great. Like, you have to see mine. And I was just pulling up these huge bunches of the most beautiful brown, whatever color this, brown, purple, blue, black, you know, that really purpley sort of color grape. I was pulling those up, and then I also had green ones. And in the dream, they were absolutely perfect, like crisp and fresh, and everything I used to describe the feeling of being outside this morning. The grapes were like that. They were just perfect. And I was showing her, and I was saying, try one, you know, and looking at them. There was no mold on any of the grapes, and she wouldn't eat them. She said, no, they're not good. I know they're not good. And when I woke up, one, I was hungry because I had been looking at all these grapes. But I was so amazed at my trust, my absolute faith in what I was seeing and feeling, that what Gaia was gifting us with was perfect. It was beautiful. There was no flaw. There was nothing wrong. And it was my choice to believe that allowed me to have these beautiful grapes. So when I was tuning into the feeling this morning of listening to Gaia, I believe that is the message I consistently get when I energetically tune in or connect or root in, ground in with the energy, the vibration of our planet. It's that all is well, not just well, thriving, beautiful. This planet is alive and beautiful. And I know that, I trust that. So not everybody has that same experience, and when we connect in with Gaia, we all receive our own messages. And to me, it feels like that happens because we all have a unique message that we're transmitting out into humanity. So if everyone had the exact same message all the time, there would be no contrast, there would be no expansion, there would be no dialogue, there would be no creativity. We would all just be doing the exact same thing. Because we receive different messages and we're all guided in different ways and we follow our own paths, we're able to bring forward this collaborative conversation that says, this is my priority, this is your priority. These are the things that we're able to create together because we have different ideas and different gifts and different skills. And so, it's coming through so quickly. So when I was listening to Gaia, it's as if we need to remember to give ourselves permission that the messages are going to be different for different people. And that's the point. That's beautiful. That's part of how it works. And so not to be afraid to express our own unique way of translating the messages we receive. Just letting it fly, sharing it, and listening with respect to other people's opinions and experiences, and then taking the places where we can work together or where we can expand upon another's thread and allow it to make this incredible weaving, or like a tapestry of all the different colors and threads and beliefs. For years, for lifetimes, for cultures and generations on this planet, way before the most recent 100 years that industrialization and technology have overtaken, humanity, way before that, humans listened to Gaia. We put our feet on the actual dirt of the earth, and we felt the vibrations of what was changing around us. We could feel when weather was shifting, when rain was coming, when it was going to be a dry season, when an earthquake might start, when animals were shifting locations. We could feel what was happening on our planet, and then adjust our activities to partner with what Gaia was doing or creating. We worked in harmony with our planet. And yes, technology and industrialization have brought these incredible advancements. And yes, I don't know that we want to go back to the way that it was. But I do believe we can bring some of that intuitive knowing and listening back into our reality more than we are. We can connect with our planet energetically and start to understand the messages that she's sending. Be guided by what she is moving us into next. And so listening to Gaia, when I say that, it's an energy exercise. It's a practice of being still and sending your awareness down towards the surface of the earth to fine-tune your vibration to hear better. Yeah, I don't know if I said that as clearly as I could. It's like when we tune our instruments, right? You're just feeling what your connection, your vibration with this planet feels like, and then receiving the messages. And some of them you may act on and some you may not. You may just have that as your own knowing, that when people say the planet is in trouble, and your knowing is it's not. The planet is thriving. You just hold steady in what you know. You don't have to argue or defend or try to create rational arguments or case studies. You just know what you know. When we're all connecting in that way to our planet and trusting the messages that we are exchanging with her, we're going to be able to collaborate in ways that we haven't realized yet. And so, as with all of my podcasts, it comes back to you, it comes back to me, it comes back to each one of us choosing to have that relationship, that partnership, choosing to listen. It doesn't take very long. You can tune in with Gaia for 2 or 3 minutes in the morning and feel whatever messages she's sending and move on with your day. You can do it right before you go to sleep. There's no right or wrong time to connect in with our planet. It's just the consistency, and the more that you listen, the more you understand how she's communicating with you, the more you are able to translate what you feel happening. The more consistent your messages are, the more often you get the messages, the more confident you become. And then you're able to speak your truth and know you're speaking your truth. So you just begin. Just imagine you've got roots, drop them down into the earth and get really quiet and just feel and hear and sense whatever it is that Gaia wants to share with you. And then ask if you need clarification, or if you're not sure, if a feeling in your body is an expansive one or an anxious one. You can ask for clarification. Energy expands when you bring your attention to it. So if you're simply asking for guidance, like, what is that feeling in my body? Is that good, or is that like a warning? You can ask those kinds of questions and follow where you are taken. And when you are confident, share the experiences you're receiving and let us learn from you. Big exhale. Thank you for tuning in to today's vibration. Let's take this message of pure love out into all of our communities and continue expanding love here on Gaia. So much love from my heart to yours.